wiggle room both to the upside and the downside, and will still keep rates, meaning free money, incredibly low, 0 to 0.25%.
It really is, and it makes you wonder. I mean, this is really a historic day. I mean, you can call this the Powell Doctrine, because this is a total change of what the Federal Reserve supposedly has stood for the last, 35, 40 years, to fight inflation. They're basically pulling back and saying, we have bigger issues than inflation. In fact, we want to see inflation. We're concerned about a more deflationary environment, people getting locked into this for a long time. So this is a historic shift. And I agree, it is going to change the yield curve a little bit. We've already seen that. You would think if the Fed's saying that they want inflation, gold would have gone straight up. Well, they initially did, but then they reversed because the back end of the yield curve started to go back up. So it is a real big change for the Fed.
Anybody worried here about things getting extraordinarily buoyant, shall we say? And listen, I love our bulls as much as I love our bears, but at the moment we're looking at record after record. So Andy Brenner, give me a sense of what concerns you might have, but also why this is a positive.
Well, this is a positive because it keeps the Fed from raising rates anytime soon. It's also a positive in that if and when the economy does return to normal levels and unemployment goes down to 5, 4, 3, whatever the number is, the Fed's not going to raise rates just because of that. The negative is the equity markets are too high, in my opinion. And I think we're going into the worst month of the 12 months of the year. September starts next week. So I'm a little bit concerned that equities have gone a little bit too high, and they're factoring in long-term rates at very low levels, and I'm not sure you're going to see that. Because if inflation comes back, which I think it is, you're going to see the bond vigilantes come out fiercely. And I wouldn't be surprised to see 10 years back at 90 basis points to 1% in the very near term.
Right.